We all love Weirdcore, right? I know I do. The way it lets you escape from reality and feel some kind of like scary comfort and nostalgia. Well, this TikToker made her own world inside of Weirdcore. Let me explain. Jordan is a special creator on TikTok. Coming from a background of a talent and interest in theater, for years on TikTok, Jordan has been showcasing her craft and sharpening it. Even her earlier work, when she was only getting a few hundred views per video, is really impressive, especially considering the fact that she was a high school sophomore when she made these videos. Like in this video, she accomplished a video effect that just years ago got Zach King like millions of views. Even from these earlier videos, we can see where Jordan's interest truly lies, which is in the more unsettling and weird parts of storytelling, which she's obviously good at. Or we can look at this video, where Jordan is first messing with that bloody makeup that she would later become known for. Even here, it looks amazing and her talent is completely evident. She kept posting videos and she got more traction with each video. Across this period, we can see the progression of Jordan as an artist. Jordan was unique in the fact that she used TikTok for artistic expression, not for like social media. I mean, sure, she uses it like social media, but she's an amazingly talented artist and she uses TikTok as a way to express herself artistically and to show the world what she's got. All this eventually paid off and culminated in one video, which happened to be the first one that went viral. In the beginning of this video, you're instantly placed into a story where you're the protagonist. You're welcomed to space and you're told that you're gonna see many things, but not to stay too long, because if you stay too long, you might forget how to leave. At this point, aided by the beautiful visuals, you're already really intrigued. I mean, this whole world that you're presented with is scary and weird and beautiful and mysterious more than anything. I mean, and the fact that you might forget how to leave, that just brings horror and like existential terror into an already mysterious story. Now you're afraid of being stuck here forever, trapped, forgetting how to leave. Moving on, you realize that you forget how you got there, which to be fair is completely true, right? I mean, you as the viewer have no idea how you got there. The god of this plane takes a phone call to which she says, "It's happening sooner than we thought." Then you're told to look at your hands, to which that same god repeatedly says, "You don't remember?" Now you're really stuck. You're even told that it's too late for you. It's all over for you. You're trapped. Let's break down what makes this video so great. Firstly, I just want to mention that this video is contained into 40 seconds. Jordan has a great unique talent in making these huge, expansive stories and condensing them into bite-sized little things. I'm not trying to say that Jordan couldn't make a longer thing if she wanted to. I mean, I'm personally really excited to see what she's gonna do in the future, but I just think it's unique and great how she can make these huge stories really short. This video is a perfect example of how Jordan can take an idea, turn that idea into a whole world, and then turn that whole world into like 40 seconds that perfectly encapsulates the entire idea. Inside the actual video, we're shown multiple things that make this world feel a lot more real. Like, Jordan's makeup looks amazing here. It looks really weird and otherworldly. It aids in the storytelling. I mean, all this makeup really makes her feel more weird. Like, if this was just a normal person, it would be a lot harder to believe the story. But the fact that she looks like some kind of entity or alien or spirit or something really helps the video. Another thing she does really well is her voice in this video.
What's that? You don't remember how you got here? It's happening sooner than we thought.
The vocal effect here and just how she speaks really, again, just puts us as the audience really into that position of the protagonist and makes us feel like we're really there. The cadence she uses is kind of unsettling but also kind of comforting, and the vocal effect makes it feel a lot more dreamy. Finally, I want to comment on her facial expressions throughout the entire video. They change, but they aren't surface level. Like in this shot, she asks what your name is with a little smirk. Like, she knows something isn't exactly right here, but she's putting on some kind of mask to make you feel like she's trying to help, but really behind that mask is nothing but malice. And we don't know why she's trying to hurt us or what she's trying to do to us, but her facial expressions are a perfect example of the whole idea of show don't tell. The way she looks at the camera makes it feel like she wants to hurt you, and that she doesn't really have your best intentions at heart. She knows you're stuck, and that was almost definitely her intention, looking back on that phone call she had. She says that something is happening sooner than we thought, as if this was planned all along. At least that's my take on it. Another thing that I love about Jordan's videos is that everyone is up to interpretation. You're given all the pieces to a puzzle, but It's up for you to put them together, to make that world. Whatever you interpret is right, but so is everybody else's interpretation. Let's talk about one more video before we get to Jordan's Weirdcore world. This video steps out of Weirdcore and steps more into nostalgia. The whole video is made to be like a 1950s commercial with the music and the effect and the vocal effect and everything. Let me just show you the video.
Why, hello there. Are you or someone you know experiencing symptoms of
loneliness? Feeling of failure? And inadequacy? Look no further.
Here at Together.com, we have everything you need to make you feel full again. Simply take a pill each morning and watch your world turn colorful again.
I feel great. Thank you, Together.com.
You're welcome, valued customer. Side effects may include forgetting who you are, extra growth of body parts,
hallucinations, and more. Simply type in Together.com and we'll make your world bright again.
Oops, I did kind of lie there. There was a little bit of Weirdcore at the end, but at any rate, this video is a perfect example of just how talented Jordan is. She takes an issue like drug abuse and makes it comforting and dreamy and nostalgic and just weird. And before you ask if Together.com is a real website, I tried looking it up and my browser blocked it. I guess we'll never know. Finally, the moment that we've been waiting for. The video that made Jordan an icon in the whole community of Weirdcore and dreamcore. I'm sure you've seen it before, but at any rate, here it is.
There exists a world that you can only reach between 3:30 and 3:33 a.m. Before you travel, I must advise you of a few rules. Rule number 1. No matter how lovely they are, do not pick the flowers. If you do, you'll never get rid of them. Rule number 2. If you see a tall man with no face, just keep walking. Whatever you do, don't stop to look at him. Rule number 3. If someone offers you tea, politely decline and keep walking. If they follow you, run. Anything is better than drinking the tea. And rule number 4, the most important of them all. Wear a watch at all times. Time is weird there, and if you don't have a clock on you, time will warp into nothingness and you won't know when to leave. That's all. Safe travels.
This video took Jordan to true legend status. I mean, the idea of there being a whole other world that you can only visit in your dreams is just nostalgic and crazy and insane. It's beautiful and it's scary. It's full of like random little rules that dictate your safety. Like, don't pick the flowers because if you do, you can't get rid of them? Like, what the hell does that even mean? It's so weird, it's just so dreamy. The second rule in this video is that if you see a tall man with no face, don't stop and look at him. And by the way, can I just point out how hilarious and kind of scary it is that while she's saying this, there's confetti going on behind her? Like, what the hell is she celebrating right now? Anyway, then she just gives no further explanation to the fact that whatever you do, don't stop and look at this guy. I mean, she's bringing you a whole new world that she created, but she's kind of asking more questions than she's answering. Like, what the hell is gonna happen if you look at this guy? What is he gonna do to you? Or is he even gonna do anything to you? What's gonna happen? This is a good example of leaving it up to your interpretation, because really your mind can go crazy with this. And it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm too lazy, so I'm just not going to explain it. I mean, I'm sure Jordan has an entire backstory and idea for this tall man with no face, but she knows that it makes for a better narrative if she doesn't tell you what to think. Because after all, where does the story take place? I mean, what is this? It's your dream. It takes place in your mind, so it just makes more sense that it's up to your interpretation, your fears. She's taking storytelling to a whole new level. Alright, anyways, I'm rambling, moving on. The next rule is that you shouldn't drink the tea. This rule implies that in this world, there are just random people walking around offering you tea, which in and of itself is just weird. Again, we're told absolutely nothing about these people, but we're kind of shown that these people can't be the nicest people because this is what happens if you drink the tea, which is just kind of weird. After that, you're told the fourth and final rule, the most important one. It's to wear a watch at all times because apparently if you don't have a clock on you, time can literally stop existing. It can warp into nothingness. What the hell does that mean? We went from like weird tea to the entire universe collapsing by itself. Then she just tells you with a cute smile, that's all, safe travels. and the video ends. This video is just spectacular. It creates its own world inside of Weirdcore. It's Jordan's own take on Weirdcore and dreamcore as an aesthetic. It's her artistic expression, her own personal idea of what dreamcore and Weirdcore means to her. It asks way more questions than it answers. But that's what we like, right? She lets us answer those questions, or at least think about it. It makes us think about why there would be a tall man with no face in your dream, or why there would be people just handing out random tea that does this to your eyes. It makes us think about why it even does that to your eyes. It puts everything in your mind's control. It lets you think about it. It's a lot more thought-provoking than just a horror movie or something that tells you what's scary. Jordan has one more video in this series about the train that exists in this world. It comes every day at 8 o'clock, just going around the world, I guess. And it has some unsettling details. How shocking. Like, if you fumble with your ticket for too long, the conductor may let you off early as revenge. This is a perfect example of how Jordan's videos answer a question but then ask like 5 more. Like, now we know that the conductor is kind of weird, kind of creepy, but where's the conductor gonna let you off? Like, why is it revenge for you to be left off early? There are also eyes in the sky that watch you as you go on your train ride. Just weird, right? I mean, it goes back to Weirdcore. It's just something that would make sense in this universe. Wrong, because then we're told that these eyes belong to people that didn't get off at the right stop. What the hell does that even mean? This begs so many questions, like what even is the right spot? And apparently these eyeless people come back on the train trying to get their eyes back, and the way you can spot them is that they use a newspaper to cover their face. It makes literally no sense, but it's so intriguing and so inviting. In any normal movie or anything, I would hate that it makes no sense, right? But the fact that it's Weirdcore, it's dreamcore, like the whole point of these aesthetics is that we don't really know what's going on. We're supposed to be afraid of the unknown. So the fact that these videos are so weird and really make you think is just amazing. This video is another amazing feat from Jordan. It's so weird but comforting. I mean, I watch it and I just feel good inside. Not sure why. I mean, maybe it's the visuals, maybe it's the way she talks, maybe it's the whole idea of it. What I do know is that Jordan is one of the most talented creators out there right now. She's one of the best storytellers I've ever seen, and I am so excited to see what she does next.